Kid Pilot is every child's dream of taking that special toy airplane you had and pretending that you are flying to far-off lands and to heights that no one else can imagine. This game strikes your inner child in one of the most creative ways I've seen in VR to date, and I am so thankful that I got to play it. Let's check out my review and experience with Kid Pilot VR. I was first blown away how you are introduced by opening up your small toy box with a big key to see inside your very first toy airplane. The graphics are beautiful on it, and it really felt as if I was holding the plane from the very start. Feelings of childhood memories came rushing back to me as soft music played and magical sounds played in the background while admiring my new toy. The whole game's story is based on postcards that are being sent from your father as he travels the world from different locations. My father used to do the same thing when I was a little kid, and I think it may have been a staple in most 80s and 90s families' homes. Hearing the plane fire up for the first time was so cool, and I love the tutorial of having you to fly through hoops to get acclimated with the use of the control as a plane. You can shoot and move your hand through the air just as if you really were playing with the toy in real life. You're able to speed up the plane and slow it down as needed, which comes in handy later on in the game. You're basically then thrown into Valara Radio, which is your home base for choosing worlds and your new airplanes. I found out later you can actually customize your planes here too. It's a pretty cool way to have a level select, and was excited to see something a bit differently done here instead of the normal hub areas we see in most VR games. After flying into my first world that was a giraffe-themed world, you finally get to see what this game is all about. Each level is beautifully crafted and themed as you fly around trying to complete certain tasks. You must collect letters, much like that of the old-school NES Donkey Kong games, but this time it's spelled out pilot instead. You also must shoot down objects to unlock keys, which will progress you on to the next area. Earning stars for completing the level unlocks new levels in the hub. The next level is really where the fun began. I had to use my plane like a fighter pilot in order to take down a nasty robot, which I must say was not easy at all. It took me several times to beat it as it tested your reaction time and found that the game has a lot more in store for you than just some kiddie game. It felt great and handled well, and was really cool to see some challenges your plane will come across. Another level had me racing against the clock to deliver a special package, and it was super fast. Moving your hand and shooting targets, all while trying to collect your letters and beat the clock, was a blast. This also took me a few attempts, and it really added some replay value to it. Eventually, you do get to unlock new planes and use them for different levels. I really enjoy this as it lets you fly different types, and each plane does have its advantages and drawbacks per level. It was great to see the creativity of the planes matching their environments, and you basically had to learn how to use your new toy all over again. Kid Pilot really is a lot of fun, and it was a breath of fresh air to see a slower paced game that also offers some really intense action-packed moments. I love seeing the postcards from your dad, as it really does tell a cool story that you keep wanting to progress on in. The game's environments and how each one is different really keeps the game fresh. Honestly, it's a great idea for a VR game, and you can tell the developers took their time making it all come together and what their beautiful creation is. Hats off to the devs, and it truly shows their dedication. If you're a fan of toy planes and want the nostalgia hit from your childhood, Kid Pilot is definitely a game for you, and I would highly recommend it for all ages. As always, if you like what you saw, make sure you check out all the links down in the description below, and definitely check out Kid Pilot. Thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.